Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Julie, and my husband Justin and I are full-time resellers. So in today's video, I'm just going to go over the sales. It's almost a week of sales that I have not talked about yet on the channel. I'm going to just share my screen on the computer so you can see the item big and see the exact title that I used, and I'll tell you what my profit was on every item and how much I bought it for. I also wanted to mention that this weekend I am running a 25% off sale in my eBay store. It's on, I think it was 225 items. And then plus I already have a 40% off sale on like 100 to 150 of my oldest items. So that sale will end probably Monday morning, and that would be Monday the 27th. So hopefully I'll get some sales this week on items that I want to move. But every once in a while when I run a sale, it seems to actually hurt my store. So time will tell. We'll see how this weekend goes. All right, let's jump into the sales.
These Yankee Candle tarts, I got them free in the church clean out we did. And even though they were listed for a very low price, they were so easy to photograph and ship. They ended up selling for $8.49, and we made a $5.74 profit. Mr. Drippy sold. So I guess if you watched 2 videos ago, I talked about that this is the 3rd Mr. Drippy we found. Each one was a different size, and each one sold for big money. We had 45 cents into this plastic Disney Pixar Cars 3 little toy truck, and it sold for full price of $69.99 minus the 5% discount, and we made a $51.44 on Mr. Drippy. Here's hoping we find a 4th Mr. Drippy real soon. All right, these Krell Hummingbird Hibiscus plates. Goodwill was doing a 40% off sale a little bit before Christmas, and I was about to check out, and I saw these on the shelves they have right by the checkout counter, and I stopped in my tracks because, maybe like a year or 2 ago, Justin bought a complete set of this pattern of Krell dishes at a garage sale, and I sold the whole set for like $150 to like $175. So unfortunately, all they had left at the Goodwill was these plates and like the teacups, which just weren't really worth anything. But still, I picked up these plates. I paid $3.83 for them. They sold for the full price of $24.99, and we made a $15.54 profit. Justin sold these 2 Weeder weight plates. Obviously, they were painted, and the paint is now coming off. For $20.45, he had $6 into them, and we made a $14.90 profit. And then this Bowden sweater dress that was wool and alpaca blend was a bins find just like 2 days ago. I was amazed when Justin brought it to me. I wasn't really sure on the price because I wasn't finding any new ones listed. I listed it for $49.99, and since I'm really trying to take reasonable offers, when someone sent me a $38 offer shortly after I listed it, I was like sold. We paid $2.23 for it, and we made a $27.12 profit. So Justin had tons of single weight plates, and he held on to them forever, seeing if he would get a match in another pickup. But he decided the other day when he was running low on weights to list, because in January it's really hard to buy weights on the market because everybody's, selling them for really high, not cheap enough that we could then flip them. So he decided just to list singles, knowing that he was barely going to make anything on it, but moving some old stuff out. So this 10-pound weight plate sold for $9. He had about $3 into it, and we made a $4.32 profit. These women's UFOs recovery flip-flops, they were black, but then the like straps were kind of like a sparkly purple. They were really pretty. We paid $1.01 for them at the bins. They sold for $19.99, and we made a $14.95 profit. These stickers, Justin cleaned out, we called it like the hoarder house. He went to a house that had been abandoned for years. It was owned by someone that I'm guessing had a slight hoarding problem. A new person had bought it. They were flipping it, so they just put an ad up saying, come and take whatever you want. We made so much money. We did a video about some of the things we have sold already from it, but they had these cool old stickers, and though they weren't very expensive, they were too cool to just get rid of. So I listed them for $10.99 and they sold for full price, and we made an $8.08 profit. And these Grasshopper Ortholite shoes were picked up on 99-cent day. They sold for $16.99 and we made an $11.26 profit. So we got a bunch of these magazines in a free pickup. Sweet Paul, I had never heard of it. So there was a bunch that were read already. They weren't like in any kind of wrapper or anything, and I loaded those together and they sold quickly. This one was still in its like, it had like a clear plastic sleeve around it. It had never been read. It actually was a repeat of one that was in the other grouping, so I guess they somehow got 2 copies of it. It sold for $12.99 since we had nothing into it. We made an $8.59 profit. We've had this Cabbage Patch doll for a while. I think I might have picked it up at the bins. I'm not really sure, but it does have a $1.81 buy cost. It sold for $23.99 and we made a $15.06 profit. This Victoria's Secret t-shirt bra sold for full price of $19.99. We picked it up at the bins, so we paid only 24 cents for it. I totally recommend if you're at the bins looking. Bras are so cheap. You normally pay between like 20 cents to, if it's a really big bra, like 50 some cents. I love the brand Victoria's Secret. I love Cacique, Waycole, I think it's called. There's a couple other, like if they're plus size brands and they're not like the regular that you pick up, you know, at like Target, definitely look into them. And if they're new with tags, I look at every brand and see if it's worth getting it or not. This Catherine's plus size 1X blouse was really pretty, like paisley print. I listed it for $22.99. It sold on an offer for $19.54 and we made a $14.69 profit. 2 Marcy grip plates sold for $20. We had $6 into them and he made a $7.81 profit. These Lauren Ralph Lauren pants, they were a men's wool blend, new with tags. We paid $1.55 for them at the bins. They sold on an offer for $30 and we made a $21.88 profit. And this was another single weight plate that Justin listed. This one sold for $14.99. We had $3 into it and we made a $9.54 profit. If you watched our last video, I briefly talked about these shoes and showed them because they were something that we got for free and they had just sold. But my neighbor gave me these soft leather suede blue booties. They sold on an offer for $22.99 and we made an $18.80 profit. This Columbia, it was called Anytime Casual Dress. It was a size 2X and it was new with tags with a $95 like MSRP. I picked it up on 99-cent day. It sold on an offer of $28 and we made a $20.86 profit. This Under Armour shirt, I picked it up at the bins. It was new with tags. I wasn't exactly sure how much it would go for. I listed it for $24.99, kind of guessing. Got an offer of $20. We only paid 53 cents because it was super lightweight, and we made a $15.90 profit. This vintage Krups coffee mill was still in the package, brand new. I did pay $3.22 for it at the bins because it was heavy, but it sold for $22. We made a $14.58 profit. These Chico's pants I've had forever. As you can see on the screen, they were in my 40% off sale. They sold for $13.79 and we made a $9.17 profit. This silverware, you'll see another set later in the video that sold for a lot of money. But this set was picked up, and I might have talked about it in a video. I think I did. This was the pattern of our silverware set when we first got married, so I knew it had great value. Justin found a big lot of it at the bins. And for this grouping, we had $1.88 into it. These were all flawed. Like the spoons kind of had chunks taken out of the ends. Like, I don't know, it looked like someone was trying to dig their way out of something with the spoons. Like there was just scratches, heavy scratches on this silverware. So I just made this whole lot, listed it for $49.99 with offers on. Someone sent me a $35 offer, and since we only had $1.88 into it, I gladly accepted, and we made a $25.11 profit. All right, we have our second set of Oneida silverware. So this was a great sale. I had them listed for $24.99. Someone sent me an $18 offer, and I was totally fine with that. We only had 24 cents into 2 forks. What I didn't realize was she was buying all 5 lots that I had listed of these forks. So her total came to $90. We only had $1.20 into it, and we made a $71.20 profit. This Nike women's shirt was a find at the bins, and it was a great one because it was new with tags. We paid $1.80 for it by pound, and it sold for full price of $39.99 minus my 5% discount, and we made a $27.70 profit. This was a clearance item. It's a men's Eddie Bauer shirt. We picked it up on 99-cent day only because it was an XLT. We were kind of experimenting with men's shirts for a while, and honestly, I decided they didn't sell well enough. I don't really like listing them. All those buttons drove me bonkers. Lots of steaming, so something we're not really picking up anymore, but we had 99 cents into it. It sold for $10.19, and we made a $5.74 profit. This was a personal item. Justin had it since he was a kid. It was a bicentennial, like, domed paperweight. We listed it for $19.99. Someone shot us a $15 offer, which I gladly accepted, and we made a $10.44 profit. I showed these Allbirds Tree Breezer ballet flats in a previous video. I listed them for $34.99, hoping to get between $25 and $30 for them. So when someone sent me a $25 offer, I was at the bins when the offer came through. I was like, don't be greedy, Julie, just take the offer. We had $1.01 into them, and we made a $20.25 profit. This is the third to sell of these blown glass pumpkin ornaments. They were all new with tags. We have about 35 cents into it. It sold on an offer for $19.54, and we made a $16.27 profit. We used to always pick up these Lego Duplo like minifigures. We used to do really, really well with them, and they would sell fast, but I have had this lot forever, so I actually told Justin to lay back, and stop picking them up. We only paid 54 cents for them all at the bins. It sold for $12.74, and we made a $9.36 profit. These Not Your Daughter's jeans were in the 40% off sale. Besides being capris, they were also a small size, so they had a lot of things going against them. I've had them for a long time. Glad they went. They sold for $9.68. We paid 99 cents, and we made a $5.61 profit. This wooden shelf was really cool. I found it at the bins, and it completely easily comes apart. Here, I'll show you, and see, it lays flat. So that was so easy to ship, even though it looked larger. I listed it for $34.99, and someone sent me an offer for $30. I paid $1.56 for it, and we made a $21.52 profit. These Kim Rogers pants were new with tags. Got them at the bins for $1.77, sold for $15 on an offer, and we made an $8.91 profit. Justin sold this weight tree. He had it in the garage. It was like part of his own personal collection, and he just consolidated weights and didn't need it anymore, so he listed it. He now says that he will never sell another weight tree online again because it was a pain in the you-know-what to ship. It sold for $29.99, and he ended up making a $17.53 profit. This is another item we've had for a long time. It was a Victoria's Secret bikini top. I only picked it up because it was new with tags, but it was only a size small. We paid 30 cents for it. It sold on an offer for $10, and we made a $7.68 profit. This Chantal, I guess is how you say it, cobalt blue enamel pot was a great find, but we did make an error when buying it. It didn't seem that heavy when we both picked it up at the bins, so we thought that it wouldn't max out weight-wise. If it does max out, it's $6.99. But unfortunately, it was heavy, and we just didn't realize it, so we ended up paying $8.07 for it, so more than we would have if we would have just not waited and paid the maxed out price, but it still sold for full price of $54.99, and we made a $35.56 profit. We do well with the brand Yellow Box. They have like sandals and flip-flops. Here, I'll show you the logo on them right there. It has like a sunflower and it says yellow box underneath of them. These are very pretty with rhinestones on them. And it is nice because they all, each one, see where it says Riva right there? That's the style name. So you can easily look them up. I listed them for $24.99. Someone sent me a $20 offer. We paid $123 for them at the bins, and we made a $14.85 profit. So I would not pay regular thrift store prices of like $8 for these flip-flops to flip, but at the bins, they are a definite pick me up or pick up. Yeah, that sounds better. All right, these Lane Bryant pants were new with tags, plus size 20. We picked them up on 99-cent day. They sold for full price of $24.99 and we made an $18.55 profit. Another 40% off clearance item, this Coldwater Creek plus size shacket, I guess, kind of blouse with a zipper on the front. We paid 99 cents. It sold for $8.66 and we made a $5.26 profit. And this Lucky Brand shirt, guys, this shirt, oh, it makes me so mad. I sold this shirt a few weeks ago and it was new. There's the tag on it. See, it has the price ripped off at the bottom of the tag. If you look here, like it's missing the price at the bottom, but still have the tag attached. The person got it and they opened an INAD saying it was item not as described. They said it did not, it only had a stub of a tab, so it was not new with tags, and that it smelled like mildew. I knew this was a complete lie. I have the most sensitive nose. There's no way I would sell anything that smelled bad. So sure enough, I got it back and it smelled perfectly fine. And, you know, it had the tag attached to it. So I was forced to refund her money because it's really hard to not refund people's money on eBay. But I did report her. So supposedly if enough people report a buyer for abusing the system, they, you know, will get banned from eBay. Who knows if it's true or not. But the moral to the story is it then sold again on an offer for $15. It's funny, it sold the same day I relisted it. And we made a $9.86 profit, but I was out the shipping on the other one, so I guess we probably made like a $4 profit when all was said and done, thanks to the evil lying lady. The joys of being a reseller. All right, we picked up this Golf Teeny women's long sleeve golf shirt at 99-cent day. I had never heard of this brand. As you can see, it has a little martini glass embroidered on the front of it. But when I looked it up, their stuff sold for a lot of money. It has been listed for a while. I had it listed for $34.99. Someone sent me a $25 offer and I accepted and we made an $18.01 profit. This Bose remote control Justin found at the bins, and luckily we have a Bose system, so we were able to test it on our system and it worked great. It sold for full price of $39.99, and we paid only 60 cents for it, and we made a $31.71 profit. These Corel Forever Yours is the pattern plates. They were just 4 small bread and butter plates. I picked them up in a large lot of tons of stuff at a church sale where our bill was $30 total. So I have like 25 to 50 cents into them. They sold for $10.19 and we made about a $7 profit. Justin sold these two 50-pound standard Weider weight plates. So these had to go, actually they went FedEx. Normally we send them UPS, but it was a little bit cheaper to send them FedEx and they were going to arrive at the exact same time frame. These went all the way to California. They paid $169.99 for the weights, and they paid then $128.84 for the shipping. So all in $312. We have about $30 into them, and so our profit was just a few pennies short of $100 on these weights. I showed this Vera Bradley. It was like a sling backpack, and then it had a matching like wristlet in a recent video. I got it at the bins. It sold on an offer for $29.74. I had $1.30 into it, and we made a $22.32 profit. Sound the trumpets. This was the oldest clothing piece in our inventory, and it has sold. And we made a measly $2.05 profit on it. I picked this up at the bins on a trip to Ohio, which was probably not last summer, but the summer beforehand. I got it because it was a plus size. It was giving Free People vibes because, as you can see from the photo, it's, you know, kind of destroyed looking, but that's how it was made. I paid $2 for it because it was heavy, and it sold for a whopping $6. So that's how we made a $2.05 profit, and this is our lowest profited item for the day. These adorable Nike Presto toddler shoes were given to me by my neighbor. I listed them. Someone sent me for $24.99. Someone sent me an offer for $21 probably later that day, and I hit accept very quickly, and we made a $17.88 profit. This Chico's Energy, it was kind of like a knit sweater jacket kind of thing. We picked it up on 99-cent day. It sold on an offer for $17, and we made a $12.33 profit. Sold these Duluth Trading No-Go jogger pants. I bought a huge lot of Duluth pants. You'll see some sprinkled throughout this video. You might have actually already saw some, or there'll be more to come, but I've sold a lot of Duluth lately. We paid $1.53 for it. I accepted a $20 offer, and we made a $13.28 profit. Another 40% off clearance item, this Ann Taylor Loft shirt I picked up on 99-cent day. I would never grab this shirt now because it is a small and it's a petite. Even though it's new with tags, that just moves really slow. Sold for $11.21, and we made a $7.80 profit. We showed this body blade a couple videos ago. This is like the 5th or 6th time we've sold a body blade. They normally sell very fast. We had about $5 into it. It sold for full price of $37.99, and we made a $26.55 profit. I've had this Panasonic VCR sitting forever in our spare bedroom. Then I tested it like a month and a half ago and even took a video of it working, but never listed it. So the other day I was like, would you please just list the VCR, Julie? So I did. We got it for free, so I have nothing into it. It sold on an offer for $48, and we made a $39.96 profit. And it's funny, I packed this so carefully, and then when I looked at the shipping, when I printed the label out, it went 9 miles from my house. Now, I still would have packed it nicely, but it was just the irony of it. All right, I sold this Gone with the Wind style hurricane lamp globe. This also came free from the hoarder's house. It sold for full price of $79.99 minus the 5% discount, and we made a $65.68 profit. These reef sandals were picked up at the bins. They're kind of like a rubbery material, even though they have like a basket weave design on them. They sold for $22.99, so full price, and we made a we paid $1.39, and we made a $15.02 profit. And this was a great sale. Justin went to an estate sale a little bit before Christmas. It's the one that we got the big ceramic trees at. And they just had a closet full of games, and when he was looking through the closet, he found this transformer. Now, it wasn't brand new, but it was complete in the box with all of its like instructions and everything. I listed it high, and I've lowered the price a couple times, and finally it sold for $129.99. He only paid $1 for it, so we made a $100.09 profit. Just today, I sold this Duluth bundle. So they bought the Duluth Trading Noga jacket and the Duluth Trading black nylon bootcut pants. It sold in a bundle offer, and when all was said and done, because I bought both of those items at the bins, I had like 3 something into them combined, we made a $32.55 profit. I showed this Dooney and Burke leather strap that I got off of a purse in a previous haul video. So I found a Dooney and Burke purse, and it had some stains on it, and it was like a canvas kind, so it wasn't that valuable. And then I realized I could take the strap off and sell it for probably more than I would have made on the purse. And then I didn't have, much into the strap because it didn't weigh that much. So it sold for $27, and we ended up making a $20.87 profit. This Cacique bra was a bins pickup. It sold for $17, and we made a $12.84 profit. We bought these silver Zach jeans at the bins. They sold for $25. We had, I think, like 280 something into them, and we made a $17.06 profit, and they sold really fast. And our last item on Poshmark were these Duluth pants. You'll notice a trend through this video, lots of Duluth. These were joggers. They sold for full price of $28, and we made a $20.87 profit.
So that was our sales for the week. Leave in the comments below what your best sale was of the week, or if you want to talk about your worst sale, such as my sweater with the lips all over it that sold for a whopping $2.05 profit. Not everything can be, a winner. Sometimes we buy things that just don't work out. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to watch. I hope you all have an amazing weekend of sales. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.